Yo, it's your man C. Scott. Welcome back to this week's edition of Coffee Grind. Now, we're still doing the espressos. However, I have a treat for you. It's one of my favorite topics I'm going to cover this week in the espressos is meditation. So I got a couple different people that are going to talk about meditation, but we're going to start it out with Joshua Dwight. I had the opportunity to talk with him a little over a year ago in the ATL, baby. And we talked about meditation, kind of what it is, how it can help you throughout the day, and the importance of it. So it's that time. Grab yourself a good ass notebook for some notes. Get you some good ass coffee, even if it's brewed in the Keurig like mine is, and get ready for this week's edition of Coffee Grind. That's good. That's the McDonald's coffee. They're not paying me. They need to. But it's pretty good. Yay.
Prayer type life,
Yes.
style,
Yes.
and that power is the act of meditation is simply shutting up the ego, shutting up the mind, so that the true driver of this
Right.
life experience could come forth.
Right.
And that's what it is. When you're meditating, it's not that you're doing it to add some type of spiritual clout to your
No,
bank
you're
account.
not trying to power up or what have you,
Right,
you
right.
know.
You're already powered up.
Yeah.
It's shutting this up.
Right.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
You're letting
So you can,
you're letting
listen.
the real driver getting the driver's seat.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
And that's what I mean by that. Like whenever I go days without it, the mind gets noisy.
Yeah.
And I'm not as, I don't want to say in control, but as aware, because I think your thoughts come up, you're just aware of it. Okay, push that to the side, like you said, just clear it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I can definitely tell that, when I have it, and I think back, I'm like, okay, this is because it's been a few days.
Right.
And all this cloudiness, I guess you could say, is coming in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I agree with you that it's not. I think people try to think like meditating is like almost like a Dragon Ball Z, like power up, and then it's like, no, you're already pretty damn powerful. Everybody's pretty powerful in and of themselves. It's just a matter of, like I said, clearing out the clutter.
Yeah. Hey, I think if people could understand the concept and the philosophy of what we're talking about here, as far as it being a thing of who you are in your being.
Yes.
I think that causes a lot of the questions about meditation being something kooky and weird and all that. It takes it away because it's really not. It's actually really scientific.
Yes.
You take, and I don't know if you know. I mentioned the quantum realm. It's,
Yes.
what's the dude's name? Doctor.
I know there's Greg Brayton. Well, Greg Brayton isn't really quantum realm, but there's I know you're talking about. We'll have to pop it up on YouTube when I post this. But yeah,
I can't believe I can't remember his name.
I don't know, but I know
really
there's one.
stuff.
Yeah, there's. Now, are you talking about quantum jumping or quantum selling?
No,
quantum jumping.
No. It's hold on. I think it's Joe Dispenza.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, Joe Dispenza.
Yes. On The Secret and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think was he on The Secret? Oh, I didn't even realize he was on The Secret. Huh.
If I'm not mistaken, he was on it because he had a bunch of like books and kind of programs that spawn a flavor from off of that. But yeah.
So Dr. Joe Dispenza actually has researched a lot of the data behind meditation, and done a freaking ton of case studies on them. Actually hooked up heart and brain monitors to monitor brain waves and things like that as people are meditating, and watched what happens whenever someone is able to shut off the physical perceptors. And then what happens to the brain when the spirit then comes alive. In a sense, it's already alive, but it comes out and it has its play and its say in the body and in the world. So
very similar to, I don't know if you've listened to any of Greg Braden stuff.
Oh, I haven't heard of him.
Listen to him. It's very similar. He has a what does he call it? Heart. It's basically it's very similar. He has a heart monitor that you pop in there that he puts on people, and there's a electromagnetic field that the heart pulls out, and when you meditate, it pulls out another thing. One of his things is that the feeling is the prayer. So basically, instead of praying for something, you feel that thing
Yes,
that
I love it. I love
that
it.
thing that you want, and you feel, you know, that whatever you want to happen. So,
Yes.
Greg Braden, but they're very similar. Yeah,
Yeah, I
very,
love it,
very,
man.
very, very similar. But and I think just maybe this to kind of tie this back right before we end this to like maybe like a little bit of business or what have you. Have you noticed, or did you notice once you started like getting into, you know, that meditation and shutting ego down and kind of just tuning in and or what have you, that your business has changed? Like it just kind of either it increased or it just took a whole different direction?
Well, I've always been into it, you know.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
it's always been the foundation.
So
I
it's
just
always
wasn't-
been something.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how much I wanted to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I
Okay.
was still, like I said, we've talked about, you know, when you're doing business, you're really not, you're so wet behind the ears, man. You don't know what you're doing yet.
Yeah,
And I still think I don't know what I'm doing, you know,
Right,
most of the time.
I'm
So,
right there with you.
I know a little bit, enough to be dangerous, I guess, and to get myself hurt.
Right.
But no, I say that tongue in cheek. But you know, I would add on to what you said and just confirm that whenever I am supercharged from a meditation session, and you know, I begin my day with that. It just, everything works better.
Everything kind of flows.
It's the oil, man. It's the oil that makes the machine work. You know, and not just that, but it's a whole freaking other dynamic.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you know, I can do a session with somebody or do a video or whatever, and it'd be good, and it still have, you know, the Joshua Dwight effect on it.
Yeah.
But I can do another video or go have a conversation with somebody or not even talk.
Yeah.
And just be in the presence of
Right.
a grocery store, and people are like looking at me and smiling and wanting to like associate with me and talk to me and all those things.
Right.
Things happen naturally when you're tuned into the being.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with it, and I actually had that happen today.